Here's me overseas, across the pond by the Dover Peaks. I've smuggled myself into new national.
Hey, what's up guys? This is Halfway, broadcasting from around the world in Phnom Penh, Cambodia. Thanks again guys for listening to another segment of what's happening here in Phnom Penh and with teaching. And this video I'm going to make about, I've been getting a lot more questions on my YouTube channel and in my email. And a lot of the questions are new questions. A lot of them also are questions that pertain to other videos I've already done. So I'm going to try to condense some of those into this video to go ahead and answer some of your guys' questions. I mean, I've been independently trying to answer each question as they're being asked, but they might be questions that a lot of people will have the, the same concern about. So I think it would be good to provide, again, everybody with some of the things that I've spoken about before, as well as some new things. But that being said, just real quick, just a little side topic. At times when I'm making these videos, there might be times when I just make, where I say like something that is my opinion or the way I feel about something. A lot of the stuff that I will be providing you with is just information about being here, but sometimes my own personal thoughts will be reflected in the videos of what I'm talking about. So if anybody ever, if you disagree with my opinion, feel free to leave a comment and speak about that. I would like to keep my my comment section in my YouTube. I would like to keep it professional and keep it educated. Like if you want to say something, have some well-informed statement that you want to talk about. So again, if you disagree with me, that's totally cool. And I'd be more than happy to discuss our differences of opinions, just as long as in the comments on the YouTube, I would like it to stay, very classy. So if you guys could do that, I would like my channel to just be very nice in that aspect. So and the same thing with you guys. Like if you also are seeing things that other people are saying and you disagree or agree with them, I mean, again, by all means. I would love my channel to be an open area to discuss dialogue. It's not something that I want to moderate or censor in any way. Just as long as if we're having differences and we're having differences of opinion, that we just, again, present our information in a well thought out, respectful way and understand that, not everybody thinks the same thing. And I think that will, be very good for the channel and for the viewers and for anybody who's trying to get a better understanding of what's going on and stuff. So the first thing that I want to talk about of some of the comments or questions that I've received is someone asked me, aside from teaching, what else can foreigners do when they come here? So I am teaching, so I know more about that aspect. However, I know some foreigners will come here and open businesses. A lot of times they'll be restaurants or bars, stuff like that. So that would require, you having some investment saved, some capital saved to come here and invest in. But it's definitely something that people do. Outside of owning a business, I've seen, so these things I don't see as often, but every once in a while on the job post boards that I'm on, I will see things maybe a restaurant manager or a chef, and it'll specifically say open to foreigners. Now a lot of times those positions, probably you're going to make more teaching than you will know. So for example, the restaurant manager positions that I've seen, they're usually somewhere between maybe $300 to $500 a month, which again, you can live on that salary here, but you're gonna make more. I mean, if you're teaching full time, you're gonna make more doing that. My cat's having a little session over here, so she wants to talk to us. I've seen. So I also saw one time I saw a posting. It was for a general manager for a warehouse, and again, that said that it was open to foreigners. And that one was paying very well. I think it said something like $2,500 a month, so $2,500 a month. If you're making $2,500 a month here, like, you can live like really good. You can live like a super good life. And again, that specifically said it was open to foreigners. Another job that was a good job that I saw was it was working on a cruise ship where it was a manager. It was a hospitality manager, and that one was the same. It might have been like $2,500 or $3,000 a month. So the cruise ship was based out of Cambodia. Or that's where the office is. I don't know if that's like where the cruise ship is, but that's where the office for this was. So you'd spend a majority of your time on the ship anyway. But it was still based out of here. And again, that was one that said it was hiring for foreigners, or foreigner applications would also be accepted. So there's stuff like that. But honestly, like, I don't know. I had somebody message me and asking about, I think they were asking about maybe like programming. Or doing something like that here, and I tried asking around a little bit. I didn't get any great responses, but I think it's possible you could find a job doing that. But again, you're going to be competing with the Khmer people anyway, so the salaries probably aren't going to be as high, unless maybe if you get a position with a like a Western company that's here also. I mean, those things I'm sure are possible. As of right now, I don't know enough about them. Other questions that people have been asking me. I'm having like a brain lock right now. I'm gonna actually stop this for a second because I'm gonna run through my emails again. All right, sorry about that. Yeah, so I had to go back and look through some of my emails. So one of the questions someone asked was, when, like, if you want to come here to be a teacher, when is the best time to come? Like, is there a better time of the year to come? In terms of trying to actually find a job? And yes, kind of. I mean, there is. So it depends on the schools. So the private schools generally are a year-round operation. So the students go to school all year round. They don't really get like a summer break or a winter break. They'll have like, they'll be off for holidays, a few times, whatever, every couple months. But in terms of like an actual vacation, most schools don't have like in the US where you have like an actual vacation. It's just year round you go to school. So for the private schools, which unless you have like a university degree, you're probably going to be teaching at like a private school. And the best time to come, again, it depends. The schools each have their own like tentative dates for when their years and semesters start. But generally, the New Year's start in maybe sometime around September, like September, October, sometime in that period, maybe November. And then each term is 3 months. So like at both of my schools right now, our new terms, our new semester, it'll be, because right now we're ending we're in our second term. So our new semesters are like the beginning of February, the beginning of next month, so like the first week, second week. So like every 3 months essentially is like when a new term is going to start. There's 4 terms every year. But that being said, there's more teaching positions here available than there are teachers. So it's definitely not that difficult if you come here to get a job like in the middle of a year or the middle of a semester or the middle of a term, because a lot of schools are looking for teachers and there's not enough teachers. So if you get here and it's in the middle of a term, there's a good chance they're just going to have you come on anyway. Now there's a chance that maybe you'll have to wait a month or so until you actually start your position. So again, when factoring budgeting, remember that you might be here for 3 or 4 weeks without having, you might secure a job and not actually start. And most schools only pay once a month. So again, remember, you might be here for a month or two by the time you start and by the time you get paid that you actually receive your first paycheck. Now that might not always be true, but definitely budget for that. Budget that you might need at least 2 months to be able to survive here without getting any income. A lot of schools will work with you if, for example, so if you started the school, maybe you work there for like 2 weeks and you're getting really short on money, and you'd be like, hey, can you spot me my first 2 weeks? A lot of them, I'm sure, will work something out with you where they'll, you know, pay you for your first 2 weeks up front or whatever. Or not up front, but after you've already worked those 2 weeks. You know, I mean, as long as they, you know, trust that you're not just taking the money and you're going to leave or something. Yeah, so that's one thing. When to come. Basically, you can come anytime. Although, you know, getting here at the beginning of a year, the beginning of a semester is going to be a little bit beneficial, but it's not necessary. And what was another one? Man, sorry guys. I should be writing these down. I thought I was just going to remember them, but now the camera's on. I'm like nervous. I'm really nervous if I'm forgetting. I don't know. Maybe that's all I'll talk about in this one. We're getting pretty deep into time anyway. I don't know. If you guys have any other questions, definitely message me. My email is halfwayroundtheworldnow@gmail.com. Of course, I'll leave that in the description. Or you can message me on the YouTube channel itself. Just leave a comment in the comment section. Again, let's keep our comments like, you know, just keep them professional and well thought out. That's all that I ask. Whatever your opinion or your differences, that's really cool. Just, you know, keep it intelligent. And then, last thing I want to talk about too. So, I met this dude through my channel who was in Thailand. He actually ended up coming to Cambodia. I gave him like a little bit of assistance on some stuff. And while he was actually making a YouTube channel also when he was in Thailand. He started making these like clips of being in Thailand. He made a new video about being in Cambodia. And his YouTube channel is called Ecstasy Reality, and I'll leave a description also in the, or I'll leave a link to his channel also in the description. Check it out, it's cool. It's just like he goes around just like films like random things going on, and he makes like his own music, and it's pretty sweet. So definitely check out his channel also, and probably eventually you guys will meet him. Well, if you saw the New Year's Eve video, he was on that one. But he'll probably make a little guest appearance on my channel at some point here. Alright guys, well I hope you're all having a great day. As always, this is Halfway broadcasting from around the world in Phnom Penh, Cambodia. Peace out, be easy.